Pfizer a monthly fee to keep your antivirus up to date. Yeah, well, you know. Spicoli thinks this has been going on for a long time. You might be right. There's a lot of theories about the common cold.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dark Angel PC. Do appreciate that. I'm feeling a little bit better. Still some neck pain. Just muscles angry at me. Don't know what you're going to cover with Congressman Banks, but would like to know if there's a way to fight the government's plan on digital currency. I mean, maybe I might be able to bring that up. I'm not sure. I mean, he was just appointed to the China Select Committee. That might be a possibility. I don't know. That might be a future conversation, to be honest with you.
It would be an incredible blessing if y'alls would support my fundraiser to replace my dying T500 with the new TGT2. URL.
I spent all day, well, not all day, but a good chunk of the early part of the day cleaning the coolant tank on a CNC lathe that wasn't cleaned properly the last time. Had some nice bacteria growth and some mushrooms, all sorts of cool stuff in there. I'll post a video about it later. Pretty nasty. Yeah, pretty nasty.
The brightest car on the track is a good idea.
Stream Elements bot running, emoji robot.
I'll do the Impress at 31. Yeah, Anthony Hutchins was convicted.
Have some fun. We'll have your weekend community calendar. I'm Laura Smith.
And I'm Sean Zimney, your top stories, traffic, and weather. First thing Friday morning, 95.3 MNC.
Hey, good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in. Newstalk 95.3, Michiana's news channel. Congressman Jim Banks, running for Senate in the state of Indiana, is going to be joining us here a little bit after the news break at 3:30. All right, so let's back to the Project Veritas stories. You know, Project Veritas is struck again. That's the normal line you go to every time they release something big like this. So they've got an executive at Pfizer admitting that Pfizer is at least discussing the possibility of intentionally mutating COVID so that way they could preemptively make vaccines for what they think will be the mutations of the future, and that Pfizer is already currently working on ways of mutating the virus in the lab. But they have not made a decision, and they have not started, according to him, actually mutating the virus. They've just been developing ways to do it, which is scary in and of itself, right? And they don't want anybody to know because nobody wants, you know, Pfizer to be going out there and mutating viruses, especially when the guy admits, yeah, we're pretty sure that this is what happened in Wuhan anyway. All right, now there's some other stuff that happened in this interview. Part of what Pfizer scientists, this is Walker talking, the Pfizer executive, want to do, to some extent, is try to figure out, you know, how there are all these new strains and variants that just pop up. So it's like trying to catch them before they pop up, and we can develop a vaccine prophylactically, like for new variants. So that's why they like to do controlled in a lab, where they say this is a new epitome of these and so if it comes out later on the public, we already have a vaccine working. Okay, so basically what he's saying is we want to be able to do this ourselves, so that way when something does pop up, we already have a vaccine ready. And then everybody will ask, how do you have a vaccine ready to go? And then Pfizer won't tell you. Oh, we're just super smart and stuff. They won't tell you if they're actually mutating the virus themselves. So the Project Veritas journalist responds by saying, oh my God, that's perfect. Isn't that the best business model, though? Just control nature before nature even happens itself, right? And Walker says, well, yeah, if it works. Journalist asks him, well, what do you mean if it works? And he says, because some of the times there are mutations that pop up that we are not prepared for, like with Delta and Omicron and things like that. Who knows? Either way, it's going to be a cash cow. COVID is going to be a cash cow for us for a while going forward. There you go. Okay. A little bit later on in the interview, Walker went on to explain how Big Pharma and government officials like the FDA have mutual interests and how that is not in the best interest of the American people. Walker says Big Pharma is a revolving door for all government officials. The journalist basically said, wow. Walker says in any industry, though, so in the pharma industry, all the people who review our drugs,
just got home.
Eventually, most of them will come work for pharma companies.
You gotta get ready for your shower.
And in the military,
hang on 1 second,
government
though.
officials eventually work for defense companies afterward. So basically what he's saying is, this is pretty good for our industry. It's bad for everybody else in America. He says it's good for our industry, to be honest. Bad for everybody else in America. The journalist asks why.
Some more tea.
He responds by saying, because when the regulators reviewing our drugs know that once they stop regulating, they are going to go work for the company, they are not going to be as hard towards the company that's going to give them a job in the future. So you're sitting here with yet another Pfizer official. They're running through the basics of it. Like I said, the big idea with the intentionally mutating the virus is part of it, right? That's the big headline grabbing outrage. But the other part of it is you've got an executive at Pfizer going, look, COVID's going to be a cash cow for us, and we're trying to figure out new ways to monetize the cash cow. Not about healing people. It's not about protecting people. It's not about any of that. It's all about cash cow type stuff. And then admitting that, the way that the relationship is between us and the regulators and the government is, they're going easy on us because eventually they're going to work for us. So not only is Pfizer just giving tons of money to everyone, but eventually, people who are in bureaucracies, they're going to leave those bureaucracies and they're going to probably go to work in pharma. And he mentioned the same thing with defense officials, and there's always been that relationship, right? If you are involved in defense, you cozy up to the defense contractors, and if you do a good enough job, if one day when you're out of office or what have you, you probably have a nice, cushy, high-paying job at those defense contractors, particularly if you still have influence in Washington, D.C. Now, the media will do what they always do with these sorts of things. We've seen it all day today. They'll go out there, no, this is not a big deal. This is one individual over at Pfizer. He's not speaking for the whole company. He's just deceptively edited, all that other stuff. And then eventually it's going to happen if it hasn't happened already. I haven't seen an update on it. This dude's going to get fired. And it'll be yet another scalp on James O'Keefe's mantle. And we're all going to pretend that somehow, well, not all of us, but the media will pretend that somehow Project Veritas is still just making everything up. And it's amazing how many people they have gotten fired for stories that the media has told you were not true. And you have to ask yourself, why do they keep getting fired then? There's a little lie. Why do they keep getting fired? Now, most of you who listen to this show are not surprised by anything that you just heard. But again, there's a lot of people out there who just refuse to believe the evidence that they have been given over the past several years. And so they see an actual executive for Pfizer saying it out loud and admitting things that maybe you've been telling them is 100% true. And it shatters their fantasy land that everybody is just in this together, right? We're all in this together. You were never in it together. That was the point. There are people who are making tons of money on this thing. And then places that were losing money because of COVID figured out ways to make money off of COVID. And now they don't know how to do anything else. There's a reason that I play the brought to you by Pfizer bit on this show so regularly. So that people understand that when Pfizer is doling out that much money to all of these media outlets, those media outlets are not inclined to tell the truth about Pfizer because Pfizer's giving them a lot of money, and they want that money. I do want to tell you about Impress Jewelry Creations. So if you're looking for a unique, special piece for that unique, special someone, doesn't matter what the occasion is. Could be just because, could be because you're proposing, could be an anniversary, could be a birthday, could just be that you're trying to surprise a relative with a family heirloom that's been basically modernized and updated to current science standards. Go to Impress Jewelry Creations. The artisans there get tons of experience. They do all of that work inside their office, and very rarely do they have to send anything out. So definitely go to ImpressJewelers.com, learn more about them, visit their showroom in person. They're at University Plaza in Granger, Indiana, right next to C. Kramer Interiors. And do me a favor, just let Impress Jewelry Creations know that I sent you. That way they know their advertising dollars works. Again, go to ImpressJewelers.com. Got more coming up. Newstalk 95.3, Michiana's News Channel.
This is Michiana's.
5-star baby. 5-star baby. All right. Congressman Banks should be calling here soon.
What time did you tell him? 3:35?
Yeah. Folks, I'm going to play a little something, and I'm going to go grab a coffee up the back.
You call that an MP5? Das ist ein Stück Scheiße. You Americans are very funny, Oh, you 3D printed that? No way. I'm a developer at HK. I don't think this is okay. Look at this. The way you massacred my boy. This looks a little chunky, Isn't this already patented or something? I don't know if you're allowed to do this. You're messing with German engineering. Where is the magnets? I think we have a problem. Ich habe eine MP5, you give a little slap. Ich habe eine MP5, we slap it just like that. Ich habe eine MP5, we have a little fun. Ich habe eine MP5, a 3D printed one.
Listen, I didn't come all this way for you to just be gentle with me, alright? I need you to slap me hard. I need to go into battery, alright? Give it to me. Don't hold back.
Do the HK slap. Tell me that you made this in your living room with just a 3D printer? Yeah. I still don't quite understand. You mean you just squirted it? What? I squirted it, yeah. I squirted it out of the 3D printer with plastic in my living room, yeah. I'm scared. This could mean anyone could 3D print it in the living room. I think that's the point, yeah. But it's very scary. Well, sometimes the world is a scary place. Slap it with your left. Slap it with your right. Slap it in the day.
Stream elements bot running emoji robot.
Hello.
Slap it like a god. I slap it and I see it. It always gives me hard.
Listen, I didn't come all this way for you to just be
Right back
gentle with me,
before I
alright?
make a
I need you
mess.
to slap me hard. I need to go into battery, alright? Give it to me. Don't hold back.
Do the HK slap.
What's your word?
Exponentially. Did you use that in a sentence?
Corporate profit has been up over exponentially.
No, it's exponentially.
Come on, man.
You can't spell that with a D.
Anyway, I think it's legitimate, and I think it is.
It's just wrong.
But I don't think anyone's ever said.
They have it with an N right here in the dictionary.
Why they do that?
That's how it's spelled.
Look, I was. Anyway.
Okay, let me put my pieces down. Advertise. Okay. Your turn, bud. Got a word for me?
Through internet suffers of pressure.
That is also really not a word, Joe.
Come on, man.
No, you can't just make words up.
No, words matter a lot.
Exactly.
And I got the point across. You're the only guy who didn't understand it.
No, that is not a word. And what is that supposed to say? Mm-hmm. And that's a real word?
Yes.
That's a real word, Joe?
Yes.
What does it mean?
You know.
Okay, why don't you use it for me?
So, like, for example, America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was a foot
Try again.
kleptocracy. Yeah.
What?
Kleptocracy. The guys who are the kleptocracies.
Okay, Joe, no. All right, so I put down the word advertising, right?
Right.
Right. Okay, and you put down the word bad a calf hair.
Yes, I'm going to win.
No, Joe, my point is you're writing gibberish and I'm putting down actual words.
Stop your boast about never being seen that what you could do anything. You always.
It's not a boast. I just have basic literacy. Do you?
I should be able to read better, but I have never in my life done anything in approaching a woman that has been other than trying to bring solace. I'm used to, like, one of your staff was.
What are you talking about?
Donald, this is President.
You know what? Okay, I'm done. You can play here by yourself. Enjoy.
All right,
I'm going to beat Joe Biden. Joe Brandon, I agree.
Become a member at freedomtunes.com for exclusive cartoons.
All right, he's got it. And good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in. Newstalk 95.3, Michiana's news channel. I'm your host, Casey Hendrickson. I want to tell you about 5-Star Painting. They did paint the outside of my home, and I think that I've got the nicest looking house on the block. I don't think that's just the bias. It's just, there's only like 2 houses that are freshly painted. I think ours is a really good color combination, and we only arrived at that discussion, or that choice, I should say, because we had the color consultation from 5-Star Paint. They sent out their professionals. We couldn't quite decide on what shade we wanted, and they were able to provide examples, kind of highlight how it would change in the different times of day, that sort of thing, because you don't think about that stuff, right? You just think about painting your house whatever color it is. But when you have a professional there who is able to tell you, hey, you got to think about how it's going to look, not just, at 6 o'clock at night, but also at noon, when the sun is beat right down on it too, because that affects the colors also. So it's nice having an expert who knew all of that to be able to go ahead and weigh in and to help us navigate those waters. And they did a great job. It took 2 days. They did the main parts of the house the first day. They did all of the trim and the accessories and things like that the second day. And then they had the project manager come through and inspect everything and make sure it was exactly the way it was supposed to be with me as well. Just to make sure that I was happy.
Again, man.
And only then did they pack up and they were able to leave. So it was a great experience. If you're looking to get the home painted, or room painted, or
see if anyone's here.
Kitchen cabinets done.
Anyone is here and been waiting for me? Hi, sorry I kept you waiting.
A free paint with your next project.
Someone is here.
5-Star
And there's only people lurking in the background because sometimes we get messages posted by people who aren't even in the live chat, but yet they're here. Weird.
They're trying to push the meeting.
All right.
4 o'clock.
I gotta take a good picture of this car.
We'll try and shuffle some things around. So, Powers and Banks is still stuck in a meeting, but we're
nuts. Come on, need a better picture.
All right.
Need some sun.
Just apologize about that.
I need some sunlight, please.
Okay. Let's take a look at this build here. This is one of those things that you've heard me talk about before when it comes to different products. Things of that
I'm waiting on my microphone to arrive today so I can start streaming.
Nice. Awesome.
Cannabis products. Can't have flavored cannabis products. Now the reason for that is because it appears to be marketed towards teenagers and young adults. Once again, adults are not allowed to have things that taste nice. In particular, peach-flavored alcohol is common amongst teenagers. That's never actually been a thing,
one
right?
more, need a better shot.
Mad Mango. Oh, God forbid those kids and their Mad Mango. And then, of course, cereal milk. Can't have cereal milk flavors either. Can't. Because they might be enticing teenagers and young adults to purchase them.
Wait a second. Wait a second.
Previously held advocates have taken aim at the tobacco industry for marketing harmful nicotine products, including e-cigarettes and vapes to youths. That has resulted in more cities and states like New York, as well as California, Massachusetts, New Jersey, and Rhode Island, banning flavored tobacco products. So once again, we arrive at a junction in our society where government has decided that grown adults are not allowed to enjoy the things they do. You're not allowed to enjoy the things that the government taxes the snot out of you for. I mean, if you're going to be paying that much in taxes, wouldn't it be nice if it at least tasted pleasant if you want to engage in it? Now, if you don't want to engage in it, that's fine. There are lots of flavors that I like, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to consume something just because it has that flavor. For example, I happen to really be digging mango energy drinks at the moment. Now, I've never really been a big mango fan, but I am really digging mango energy drinks. Apparently I like artificial mango, and I'm not overly fond of regular mango. But that doesn't, in any way, shape, or form, make me go to the store and buy mango vodka, which you have to turn in your man card to buy. Like, you're not allowed to get that. That's not allowed.
It would be an incredible blessing if y'all would support my fundraiser to replace my dying T500 with the new TGT2. URL. Stream Elements pause running emoji robot. Stream Elements pause running emoji robot. I'm waiting on my microphone to arrive today so I can start streaming.
Simply because of your age.
Hello.
And that's really what they're saying here.
Please hit that like button and subscribe if you have not already. I would appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Every little bit of pleasure that you get in life has to be taken from you by a left.
Let's go.
You want to watch football and not be preached to? Nope, sorry, taking that away. You want to watch a movie and not be preached to? Nope, taking that away. You want to listen to some music and not be preached to? Nope, we're taking that away. You just want to enjoy, a nice fruitful, fruity flavored drink or something of that nature? Nah, we're gonna take that away from you. Right? The drink thing. Too much money. You know what I'm saying. So once again, they're out there telling everybody that, this is all targeted towards kids. It's not targeted towards kids. And my kids don't run around craving cereal milk for crying out loud. This is a stupid statement. But nonetheless, that's what they're doing. Got more coming up. Newstalk 95.3, Michiana's News Channel.
Casey Hendrickson.
Jason's Automotive.
All right, well.
I'm on already. Let's go. Chop, chop, chop.
say it was again?
Did I change the oil? I don't know. I think I did. Not positive. Alright, that oil was sitting way too long. Good for you.
People, I mean, move somebody. Sorry, maybe drink my coffee. Making it wrong right now.
Trying to set my phone up. Okay.
Share those news channels. Alrighty. Hang on the line, we'll get you on the stand. Here's up.
Alright. Climb continue.
Amy to the rescue.
Climb continue.
See if I can move Clifton to 4:30. The one time I have like a bunch of people scheduled, right?
Oh, he's really loud off air because the mic is different.
364 other days out of the year, this would not have been an issue.
Okay. Ooh.
If they don't want them drifting to nicotine products or us, we need to ask why. I have my suspicions. Hey, that's not a bad pick of me, man. Yeah. Casey has a runway model back in the day. I had a white stout for lunch. Not a peanut butter porter, but white stout was yummy.
A lot of throw, man. That's
I will talk about that if I have time today. I'm kind of busy.
That feels like half the pedal almost. Hang on.
And good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in to 95.3 Michiana's news channel. Right now, your host, Casey Hendrickson, to the rescue. Amy Drake. Amy, how you doing? Thank you so much for rescheduling.
I'm doing well.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Congressman Banks got roped into a meeting, and I had Amy on a little bit later, but now it looks like you would be butting up against your interview, so you were able to come on a little earlier. I appreciate you being flexible. I wanted to talk, sorry, I didn't interrupt, but I wanted to talk about this article we have in the Federalist. Indiana governor wants 29 times more funding for the bureaucracy that
this is better.
Public health. Did I read that right? He wants
Why was it so
29
different?
times more funding, not percent more, but times more.
Why is it so freaking
Right
different?
now, our public health offices in Indiana, all together, they get $6.9 million. He wants to raise that number to $200 million annually. So yes, 29 times as much.
Holy smokes. So we kind of looked at this on the national level not that long ago, but you know, when you're looking at this, what is the reasoning that they have to want to go ahead and increase the budget so much now that the emergency is over with? Why do they want to increase this budget so much? What is the reasoning behind it? Why is it necessary in their opinion?
Well, it's interesting, like, can I back up a little bit?
Yeah, please do.
Okay, so, you know, in 2021, we had our legislators here at the State House pretty much refused the way public health handled all the lockdowns here in Indiana. And what they did was they told the health officers they could no longer issue unilateral orders because everybody was, you know, flipping out everywhere. So we did that, and a few months later, local called the public health committee together. So we organized this big commission to study public health. They were supposed to look at the positives and negatives of public health. I was really nervous about this commission because I figured they would just come back and ask for money, and that's what they did. If you look at this report, there is nothing in there about how to handle COVID. And if anything, the last thing we want public health to do in Indiana is grow in money and in workforce after what they did to us. And that's exactly what this money calls for. And it also calls for centralizing public health in Indiana. And actually getting to the point where local officials will sign off and give decision-making authority to the state. And if you go to COVID, what we know is that our local officials were kind of our measure of safety from the State Department. So the last thing we want to do is be even more protective at this point. So they obviously didn't get the message. They have not acknowledged any errors in their way. And now we are supposed to give them all the power.
Now, what is the reason for this dollar amount? I mean, is there a specific reason, or are they just like, we just want a nice, big, juicy, round, you know, $200 million? Was there?
It was figured. I can't remember the exact dollar amount now, but what they basically did was they looked at all public health funding in the country, and they said, well, and I don't remember this pretty long, but it was something like we are doing $54 per person, and we wanted to get, I think it's 91, something like that. And so they said, well, let's just go with that. That was all they did to come up with that number, which is, you know, very cool.
Now, what is, again, you look at the state of Indiana, and I understand that there are other parts of the state that, you know, have some issues. There's certainly an issue with, you know, unhealthy lifestyles in many parts of the state. You know, people in Indiana because of the state. There's still large spots of the state that are engaged in smoking, and I know that there are, you know, previous state governments trying to reduce those efforts, but I mean, I'm just trying to understand how we get to, and I know that I'm trying to, you know, make a lot of
6 years, that's all we got.
how is it that we already have about $6.9 million? What are they going to do is going to increase their scope so much, and how does this throw into basically a wrench in the machine? We're talking about looking at the state income tax, we're talking about issuing taxpayer refunds, and now there's $200 million per year being flawed.
Yeah, it's just amazing how much they're asking for. And it's really, you know, for them to be able to think that big government is going to come in here and fix mental health and fix, you know, and look at mental health. That's one of the areas that most studies focus on. You know, it's like public health is going to come in here and fix mental health. I mean, they have done so much for mental health with the lockdown. I mean, you look at all the kids that were still damaged, that were isolated from their friends, that had their, like, senior year of high school cut off, you know, kids that went to college that were, you know, forced to social distance and stay in their dorms by themselves. We had, you know, raised suicide rates. We had people using, you know, substances. All of these things, the idea that a big government bureaucracy, the one that hurt us so bad, is going to come in and fix the mental health is ridiculous. I mean, the fact that they think they're going to, you know, bring our smoking rates way down, or we're going to make everybody laugh at that. You know, if your personal doctor can't do that, why do they think a government program is going to suddenly fix it? So, you know, we'll come and down for these spending programs, and he's obviously not in touch with any real Republicans.
Now, one of the things that really concerned me in your article, and again, we're talking with Amy Gray, county councilwoman, also in your article here for Federalist, again, Governor Holcomb was proposed to take our annual health spending from $6.9 million to $200 million, and it's not really just going to give incidentally from the state budget. It's not going to go to the counties. So there's an additional one. You're getting requirements from the counties to get this money, which means your local governments are going to get more revenue, right, Amy? And then on top of that, there's going to be expenses It's an 80-20 rule, is it not?
Right, so what they want to do is set up this overall program. You have to opt into it. Your county commissioners have to opt into it. Right now, our local government, or they want to switch that around so all the money is coming from the state. And when you hear how much money they're going to get, right, like you know there's going to be there. Yeah, and some of these little small local governments can't meet their funding. You know, can't meet all their requirements anyway. So the idea of having a lot of funding and them saying no, they're going to have to say yes. So you're going to have all these people that feel like the financial incentive to join is there. And then for those people that, you know, maybe don't want to train, what was interesting about all the discussions with the plan is when they were putting it together, the former appropriations chair, one of the co-chairs of the Public Health Commission, you know, he would say, you know, all those...
He's got a local common councilwoman in the studio with him right now.
They didn't want to be told of actually, you know, they wanted to know what
We got 4 interviews for today. Casey's getting busy. Casey the host on True Social, Twitter, Facebook, Telegram, Instagram. Casey the host, C-A-S-E-Y the host.
They offer us, whatever, $5 million, right? Whatever they're going to offer. And if we would say no, because we don't want those tricks where they can now tell us whether we have to do it or whatever, then our commitment is going to stand too, because we're turning down money that they may think will help us with their health. So, you know, they're putting us in a tough position. You know, they're either going to say no to our constituents who don't care about their health, or saying yes to it. And more so.
And in addition to this, too, and I'll link to maybe
Hey, Keeper Sutherland 24, how are the volume levels? Because the music is actually meant to be heard, so Scotty can veg out to it while he's racing. He can't stream it during his streams though, but he can hear it watching mine. Should be overpowering, but it should be heard.
And with that idea of how bad all the markets were decided, I'm hoping the combination will keep them rational and you know, you never know, the Senate is always kind of carries multiple projects. So, you know, everybody in your audience has got public officials that you're close with the senator or representative, you contact them because they
It's pretty well balanced, except when the radio plays music and then we have 2 songs playing and I can't tell what's going on.
Okay. Alright, so that interview is just now ending.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So I will post this up on social media, but it will also be in the daily show right at btmedia.news. It's also on btmedia.news. When you go to the news section, it's for the news aggregators, and you should see the links to the News.95.3 Michiana's News Channel. live.com/Casey Host Odyssey at Casey Host. This is live on the MNC app. And that was online at 95.3mnc.com. Okay, so Banks is going to be calling for 405. Trying to close it now.
Alright, here we go. Let's see if Jack Bauer's in here. "24 heroes lost in prison break" was my Rock Band 3 band name. Alright. Need a good finish. A good solid finish. Alright, I don't see you in here, Keeper.
Article she wrote.
Get out there, will you? Come on. Starting in Q8. Okay. Let's go forward. Good luck, everyone. Have fun. Be clean. No bump drafting. You're gonna lose points. You're gonna lose DR and SR. I don't know about when they're hitting you, but I know if you hit them, it's considered a collision against you. The game is stupid. Sometimes. Nice array of cars.
Sorry, folks. I've got a lot of juggling happening right now.
Oh, we know, Casey. We know.
Yeah, Red Wing, dude. So the coolant tank was not cleaned properly. You see the video, you'll understand. Like, oh my gosh, it looked like an outhouse. That's the best way to describe it. You took the lid off of the coolant tank, and it looked like tons of people have just been pooping in there, man. It was disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. All the bacteria and stuff going on there.
Alright, behave yourself.
That's right, John. I do remember them trying to get rid of menthol. Yeah.
My fault.
Some people were not real thrilled with getting rid of menthol, were they? Alright, Clifton's officially moving forward there.
Crap.
So we should have Banks next.
Crap. Dang it, Scotty.
Yeah, that went swimmingly well. Moving pretty much
Scotty.
I wish I had more time with Amy, but...
Dang it. Come on, you idiots. Quit moving around. I got things I need to do at the same time. Alright, focus. Go. I really wish I had an extra gear, man.
Yeah, the video when I post it, man, you're gonna see it's yes. Basically, hose water went in instead of distilled water, and the initial coolant that you put in there, that
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
And stuff that didn't go in.
Very much.
So you had hose water with not the refill coolant.
Nice.
And it just
Nicely done.
Bacteria.
All right, everybody break earlier. Like, no.
We're back to the 5-star link show content here.
I got nudged, I think.
Back to the 5-star link.
Go!
Welcome to the 5.
Yeah, sit for 30 seconds, they say. Go. I think we got nudged. Let's look up the tape that I'll probably forget to save. And it won't matter by then anyway. Alright, it's all part of the journey. Dude, what are you doing over there? Oh no, you're in an Alpha? Are you kidding me? Get this car the crap out of here. Freaking Gomer. Why are you here with an Alpha, you idiot? To wreak havoc, I'm guessing? Oh. a driver. Give me a break. Really solid through here right now. It's my warm-up race. Dude, you really didn't have to do that, you friggin' punk ass. Oh yeah, Molly. Thank you, bud. Appreciate it. In the back. Of course. Idiot in here with an alpha. Probably would hit me. Thank you. Better car from the ring compared to the Veyron as far as the way I drive, what I like to drive. The car is just way too squirrely in the wet. You really gotta know how to drive it. that's bound to be corner cutting.
It would be an incredible blessing if y'alls would support my fundraiser to replace my dying T500 with the new GT2.
Please and thank you.
Stream element spot running, emoji robot. Stream element spot running, emoji robot. I'm waiting on my microphone to arrive today so I can start streaming. It's pretty well balanced, except when the radio plays music and then we have two songs playing and I can't tell what's going on.
Something happened to Rumble. Not hearing Casey right now, and I obviously can't look. I've got a plan from an old iPhone 5, which is not very stable at this point. You get the 7 fixed, and it can't be started because the home button glass is cracked. Oops. We got insurance on that though. Terrible. Better than in the sand trap though. Thank you, Lord. Went out too wide. Either I turned in too late or too much throttle or a bit of both. God damn it. on time. Nice. That was nice. Nice. Hope you guys do okay. You're doing you good. We're having air fryer pork chops there tonight. Before it starts raining. Oh shit, that's a penalty. Out with the language, kids. Too soon. Yep. As an earned P6. Nice. Nice race. Yep. Dang, 1 second. How much difference would it have made? Not much going forward. Oh, but the guy behind me also got a penalty. Dang. Ah, man. I wasn't trying to cut corners or anything. Okay, 2 spots up. What is going on?
Now is Congressman Jim Banks from Indiana. Congressman, how you doing today?
Hey, Casey, good to be with you. Thanks for having me back.
Yeah, no problem. Glad to actually have you on the radio show. We did link up a little bit in Washington, D.C. when you were chatting with Pat Miller when we were at Holy Feast and Fire. That was fun. We talked a little bit about our congressman now, Rudy Yago. Because you and Rudy actually go back a little ways, don't you?
Yeah, we do. We used to work for the same.
What happened?
Commercial real estate company, the Bradley company. South Bend bought a real estate company in Fort Wayne and worked for them for a few years. Got to know Rudy really well. Really proud of him. He's off to a great start. He's going to serve the 2nd District very well. And he's going to be a leader. He's a leader in everything that he does. He's going to be a great leader in the Congress.
I can't
and for our
figure
country.
that out.
As part of the...
Ooh, our GR is going up a little bit. Alright, get back in.
About that too. By the way, congratulations, because you were just appointed to the House Select Committee on the strategic competition between the U.S. and the Chinese Communist
Thinking about
Party.
driving the
So
Veyron.
congratulations on that, but also, why don't
Thinking about the
Veyron.
Veyron.
Explain to the audience what that committee actually does and what the state
Well, I think it'll be the most important thing that Congress does over the next couple of years. The Chinese Communist Party is the biggest national security threat to the United States of America and to our American way of life. And for the first time, Congress has taken a real look at what we can do about it. You've seen under the Trump administration, you saw the first president in American history say that China is a threat to America. Now we have President Joe Biden who doesn't just turn a blind eye to the Chinese, he's turned over the keys to America, to China, and I'm talking about in very corrupt ways. So the Congress is going to have to step up and do what the Biden administration won't. And we've formed this select committee, and our mission, our job over the next few years is to look at everything from our military to our economy, for the supply chain, businesses that do business in China or Chinese Communist Party controlled businesses. Look at ways that we can put America back on top and put America in a better position to hold China accountable for stealing our jobs, what they did to give us COVID, and run the whole government in China. So I think it'll be the most important thing that we do this Congress. I'm proud to be a part of it.
Yeah, I think it's a great hour that is your congressman. The Chinese ownership of farmland is very registered in this area. So I'll be interested in being linked up with you in the future after we run this time. Exclusive that broke last night. I don't know if you have an opportunity to actually watch that yet. But you mentioned COVID and China, but you actually got an executive from Pfizer basically saying that Pfizer is developing ways to mutate COVID in the lab, and they've discussed actively promoting those mutations in order to get ahead of vaccines, which seems to be most people would gain emotion. And a lot of people are very concerned about this. If you've had an opportunity to see it, I was interested in what your thoughts are.
I haven't been able to watch it. I've seen, another very important revelation from Project Veritas and what they're exposing to the American people, and the type of research that, by the way, you and I, the American taxpayers, paid for, and we got to put it into that. So, the Select Committee on China, we're gonna focus on the economic and military threats of China. There's also a new Select Committee I'm not a part of on the origins of the coronavirus and what we do about it, and they'll be looking at how we cut off the type of funding that led to gain-of-function research that likely, I remember the first time, Casey, April of 2020, I talked early on. It was early on in the pandemic, and I remember talking about the likelihood that the origins of the coronavirus were in a lab in Wuhan, China, and the very liberal left-wing editorial page of the Fort Wayne Journal-Gazette, where I come from, published an editorial and said I was trafficking in conspiracy theories and spreading irresponsible information, being irresponsible and spreading information like that. And now, fast forward to where we are today, Mike Pompeo, the former Secretary of State, just released his book last week and confirms once again that it's not just a possibility, it's very likely, the most likely scenarios that that's exactly where it did come from. So Project Veritas is on something here, and Congress needs to listen to it, incorporate it in our questioning of not just Dr. Fauci and some of the others that were involved in funding that research, but also some of the corporate players in America who were involved in all this mess as well.
Yeah, I've always said the conspiracy theory always that presidents came out of the wet market. My audience knows that, in December of 2019, I was saying, don't be surprised if it comes out of that lab in Wuhan, because there's been so many problems with war, and the international inspections have not been kind to it even before the leak. So it's nice to see that the truth is finally coming out, but unfortunately it's a little too late. But with that, obviously you've been a great representative. You have big fans here in Michiana. You're technically not our district. But there's a lot of people very, very happy that you have decided to announce that you're going to run for Senate and take over Senator Braun's vacancy as he runs for the state of Indiana. What led to that decision? You've been thinking about that for a while. Did you come to it on your own? Were you approached for it? How did that go down?
Yeah, not an easy decision for my wife and I. We have 3 daughters who are 13, 11, and 9 years old. They serve with me. We believe public service is a calling for our family, and we're proud to do it. And we come from a safe, what some might call a safe red seat in Northeast Indiana, with Fort Wayne being the anchor right next door to Michiana. So it wasn't an easy decision. Mike Braun announced he's running for governor, opens up the Senate seat. I just feel like Indiana is a conservative state, and Indiana deserves a conservative senator to go to Washington and fight for our conservative Hoosier family values, and that's what I've been doing in the House. But the Senate just provides an opportunity to fight for those values in a bigger way. And I think the 3 biggest threats to America, we've already talked about one of them, is China, the Chinese Communist Party. The Chinese military has a bigger navy than our navy. They have emerging sophisticated technologies that we don't have, and we got to do more to prepare for not just the competition, but what can America do to compete with China, remain on top, and not let China take over America as the world power. So that's one of the biggest threats. I think the national debt, $32 trillion, and that you saw some Republicans go along, deal along, and help pass a $1.7 trillion omnibus bill. We got to stop the math and stop the spending, cut wasteful spending. We've hit the debt limit. We're about to have a debt limit fight in the Congress, and long past time of going along to get along. We got to cut spending and address the fiscal situation in our country. That is their biggest threat, I believe, is wokeism in our country. We see it in the schools, teaching critical race theory, anti-Americanism. You see some of this garbage being pushed on our troops. Wokeness is weakness, and it is a cancer that's going to kill this country. It's that out. We don't do something about it. So we got to uproot it. We got to raise up a new generation of patriotic Americans that understand that America is the greatest country in the history of the world, that it makes teaching them the opposite. And those are the 3 biggest threats to our country, and why I'm do something about it.
Well, I was excited about it. It's pretty cool. Obviously, it's still early, but people are going to be announcing. I haven't seen the name personally that I would put above yours as Congressman. At this point in time, you have my full support. I think you're the right person for the Senate, knowing your career in the House. Looking forward, you mentioned China, again, huge threat to the United States. But I got to tell you, I'm looking at everything that's happening in Ukraine. As a veteran myself, I've seen patterns that I don't like, that I've seen throughout history. And I'm very concerned about the tank situation, and I'm concerned at what that would lead to China somehow, some way, getting their hands on this stuff. There's reports that came out this week that Russia is now negotiating with the Taliban for
Unnecessary.
Things that are potential risks for national security. And I'm all for the Ukrainians beating the Russians, but I'm very concerned about the way that we're going about doing it.
Yeah, we have the weakest commander-in-chief we've ever had in American history sitting in the White House today, and weakness invites the aggression of our adversaries. So it's not a coincidence that for 4 years when Donald Trump was in office, Russia didn't invade Ukraine, that China didn't go after Taiwan. Iran, they stopped a lot of their activities because they were afraid of Donald Trump. And North Korea stopped testing their intercontinental ballistic missiles because Trump threatened them, and they feared Trump. Now we have the weakest commander-in-chief who they're not afraid of, and that weakness projected by America on the world stage has turned the world upside down and made it a much more dangerous place. So I go back and I think about when Ronald Reagan talked about peace through strength. He wasn't just talking about having the biggest, mightiest, strongest military. He was also talking about having a strong America. And right now we have an America in decline. We have weak leadership, and that's why you see these things happening. So we have to. This is why we talk about the America First policies of Donald Trump. We got to go back to those policies to project American strength, to make America strong, focus on our interests first. And if we do that, then I think the rest of the world is a lot better off for it too.
So, Congressman, as the audience is listening to this, we have the interview. Is there anything that you wanted, any call to action you have for anybody out there in the audience to do right now to help you guys and your mission in Congress right now, whether it's the debt ceiling fight or anything else, or a call to action that you want the audience to partake in?
Well, I mean, you've got a great member of Congress, Rudy Yackham, but I'd say when it comes to all of our representatives, both of our senators in the state, we can't back down. We have a big mess on our hands. We have the debt limit issue, which is an opportunity to force Democrats to come to the table and negotiate with Republicans to do something about our mental health. So demand that your representatives and your senators push back on the radical left-wing policies of the Democrats and the president that restore this country and get America back on top. So that's what I'm fighting for. You can learn more about my campaign for Senate at banksforsenate.com. Find me on Twitter and Facebook, Instagram, and weigh in. Give me your feedback. I appreciate it very much.
Indiana's 3rd District Representative Jim Banks, Republican candidate for Indiana's next senator. Thank you very much, Congressman. We do appreciate your time this afternoon.
Have a good day.
You too. All right, we got more coming up. News Talk 95.3, Michiana's Jeff Casey Everton.
Do it. Do it.
Somebody's been trying to call. I don't know who that is. Excuse me. Glad you liked it, Goose. Thank you.
Fort Wayne and work for...
It was interesting. I was at a lunch meeting in response to what Al is saying on Rumble. If we could just get rid of the Rhino Todd Young. I was at a lunch meeting today, and there was an interesting suggestion that came up, and I don't remember who suggested it, but an interesting suggestion on how to potentially solve that problem in the future came up. Can't give you too many details because nothing is confirmed or anything like that, but there was definitely an interesting proposal about dealing with that Senate seat, which I think could work. So just know that there are plenty of Republicans, conservatives, and power brokers who are in agreement with what Al is saying there. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, whether you're watching on Odyssey or if you're watching on Rumble. I would really appreciate it. If you hit that thumbs up button or the fire button, that would be great too, depending on where you're watching.
Everywhere.
And then Clifton,
Casey the host on Rumble, Casey the host on Twitter, Casey the host on
we got the health official
Twitch,
fire.
Casey
We'll
the
talk
host
about that
on Truth, Casey the host
in
on
his,
Facebook,
news article as well.
Casey the host on Instagram, Casey the host on Telegram. Dang it. Let's go.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy, I'm getting eaten up.
John, I don't know who's calling. I called him for a while though.
Michiana's News Channel. Michiana's News Channel. Hello. Who's calling? You can take a call.
Yeah, I can take a call.
Okay, all right. What's your first name? Hello. Maybe you can call back.
I've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. I actually I got one of those yesterday. No, personal. But yeah, I was like, no, that's I've got the extended warranty covered. Thank you, appreciate it.
I got those one time, and I'm like, really? Well, which of my 3 vehicles are you talking to me?
Yeah.
And stop me for.
Because
they don't know.
They don't know. They're just calling a number. Yeah. I was sitting there in the kitchen. I'm like, wow, they actually sent one. I hadn't had one in a while. You know, the old joke is that you get them all the time, and they like kind of disappear.
That question, and it's so funny. It's like, you obviously have my name and my phone number, so you don't know what car I drive.
Because the Chinese told them the list. That's why. Yeah. That would be so funny if somebody had done that. Like, oh, we're talking about your Indian motorcycle. Oh, you mean the one that was stolen? Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you all. Was it last week or the week before? It might have been the week before. I finally got a call from the Elkhart Police Department about it. They finally reached out to me. And it was basically like, hey, is the motorcycle still missing? Yes. It's missing. Thanks for finally checking up. It was stolen in October or something, but, you know, hey, whatever.
This is not good. This is not good.
Oh, we were just talking about cars' extended warranties. Wouldn't you know it, John? Jason's Automotive is up. Just like that. You're looking for a good mechanic so you don't have to worry about that extended warranty nonsense? Go to Jason's Automotive. You visit them online at jasonautotruckrepair.com. That's Jason with a Y, jasonautotruckrepair.com. They're located at 26771 Main Street in Edwardsburg, Michigan. If you're in Edwardsburg, just drive down Main Street. You'll run right into them. You can't miss them. Again, they serve all of Michiana, but they're mechanics that you can trust. So whether you're looking for just get an oil change or fluid checks or something like that, it's super easy to get in there. But if you have a major repair, they stand by their word. They're not going to sell
don't do that. You're giving yourself
isn't necessary. And if something can wait, they'll let you know they can't wait. So you have opportunities to save up and be able to pay for those repairs. And they have Napa parts, which of course Napa has that nationwide peace of mind warranty, and Jason's Automotive. Quality work, they stand by that word. So if you're an honest mechanic, JasonAutoTruckRepair.com or visit Jason's Automotive on Main Street again in Edwardsburg, Michigan, and let them know that I sent you. All right. I did run into a video today. It was kind of interesting that we were talking about some of the military issues without Congressman Banks, because there's a lot of veterans who are very concerned about the direction of the military right now. We see people like General Milley, like, oh yeah, I'm very concerned about, white rage or whatever it is. You start hearing about that stuff, and it's like, this was always the mantra. This was back decades. Always the mantra. They don't care what color you are. You're all green now. And that was told to me. It was a thing on TV that I thought was just a thing on TV, but then it was an actual thing that I was told. Like, no, you're all scum. Right? You're all here to train.
You're a dirtbag. What was that for? Did I race you clean? I backed off so you can have the corner, you twit.
And anybody who's a veteran understands exactly what I'm talking about. People who are not veterans are always confused by all this. But one of the things that I ran into is we're very concerned about the weakening standards of things and coddling recruits and people that you're training. Because there's a method behind being very, very tough in that initial stage of training. It's basic training, boot camp, what happens, depending on the service branch you're going into. You're supposed to be tough on the recruits because you want to weed them out. And then the ones who stay, you want them to be better, tougher, and work and handle pressure a lot better than they did as civilians. So okay. So I saw a video, and it was a comparison between first day with the German army, which, by the way, world-class professional army. But it was the first day as a recruit for the German army, showing up to basic training and everything else, versus the first day, and you're all going to laugh, at Marine Corps boot camp. and it's hysterical, right? The first video, if you haven't seen this, you've got to go find this. The first video, it's like there's two recruits there, and there's a female soldier, and she's talking very calmly to them in German and all of that, having them fill out paperwork. And
I'm just gonna kill the screen here and start doing my chores. What I gotta do. Air report jobs tonight.
It shows them their bunks
so
and where
those
to
should
put
be
their
good.
stuff, and it's all just like, oh wow,
see you guys in a little bit.
Monday now?
Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking. Thanks for subscribing.
To boot camp and what it's like for
We're gonna get up there.
Marines, fresh off of the bus, and it's the chaos that you.